Welcome to www.killthatnoise.com. I'm your boy, the Cameron McMahon. I got my man Joe Son with me, and today we have the pleasure of joining us. Pac-12 academic honorable mention. He is team captain, the Buffs Jacob Van Eck Award recipient, straight from Colorado University, Mr. George Frazier V. Appreciate you for joining us, man.
For the time. Thank you. Thank you.
What's going on, man? How's everything? How's training going?
It's going good. You know what I mean? Just working hard every day. And then handing it there and just getting going. Like,
All right. All right, so let's jump right into it. Coming out of high school, you were recruited. You were outside linebacker, and quickly they turned you into the most versatile player in college football: fullback, tight end, defensive end, special teams. Tell me, what's that transition like? How do you think that helped your stock going now into the NFL?
I mean, I feel like it helped out a lot just knowing the gym, knowing that I could play many different positions. So I'm not one guy that can fit into a lot of different slots to help out the team a lot. And just be able to bounce around and quick on the move and ready to go.
Okay.
So, kind of mentioned you moved around a little bit, played various positions. Where were you first got that kind of command, that call that you would be going to a different side of the ball, and how does that make you feel that the coach is willing to put that much trust in you to be able to move you around as a player?
I mean, I was playing backer and then, got a lot of injuries. I mean, actually, I was playing fullback. We got a lot of injuries at the end, outside the end. And they pretty much just came to us on the airplane home and was like, hey, George, we're going to need you to learn the defensive playbook so you can play some defense next week. So we're down on some bodies. And I mean, honestly, personally, it made me feel great. Like, just knowing that the coach had that much trust to walk into a freshman, you know what I mean, that wake him up, like not a senior or something, a freshman. And just knowing I got a lot of time to play with these same coaches. And them to have that much trust for me to be willing to wake me up and ask me to play both sides of the ball. And I learned this playbook, but don't forget this when you're going to be doing all this, that, and you're still going to be playing special teams. So it made me feel real good about myself. Yeah.
Okay. Now, your roommate, Afolabi Laguda, if I pronounce it, I apologize. He mentions you as the alpha male, one of the alpha leaders of the team. Being that you're a senior now and you're going into the NFL, what message do you hope to leave the underclass with?
Personally, just don't let nobody tell you nothing. I mean, when we got there, everybody kept down. Y'all never thought I was gonna stay losing, blah blah blah. Just for me, pin your ears back and go. You feel me? Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody tell you no. Just keep working, keep grinding, working for the next day.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of going into the NFL and moving forward in your career, what kind of benefits do you think being able to play both sides of the ball has taught you, being on the defensive side versus being on the offensive side, learning different schemes and the techniques of who you're going against? How has that benefited you over the career?
I mean, my dad told me growing up that the person you're playing, if you want to know how to beat them, you got to know how they. So being able to play both sides of the ball and just kind of learning what the defense want, what the offense want, kind of give you that will give me the extra advantage. Just knowing, okay, I block him this way, he's thinking this, so I can use this. You know what I mean, or just fake one block, make him go that way, and use his momentum against him, different things like that. Like just knowing that what they want to do and how they want to battle and things like that.
Right. So you mentioned your pops. You're George Frazier V. So obviously there's a lot. There's a family tree. There's a family pedigree. What's that like, being the fifth guy and having your uncle play football, your dad playing football? What's that like for you?
I mean, I don't know. I guess people always tell me they think it would be a lot of pressure, but it made things easier just knowing that I've been through it before. I kind of know what the deal is. And so I got somebody to fall back on, you know what I mean? So for me, it's always made things a little easier, make things a little better for me. I had a lot more fun with being able to talk trash to my uncle, talk trash to my dad about football. Yeah, so definitely made things more fun. I like that. I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay.
So you mentioned your uncle and your dad. Your Uncle Damon played in the NFL a few years with the 49ers and with St. Louis. What kind of advice, if any, did the two of them give you moving forward in your career?
He pretty much just told me, just keep working. Don't let nobody mess with you. Don't let your head get. Everybody's process right now is going to be different. Everybody's a different person. Different teams want to know different things about different people and like that. So Just keep working, keep getting better, and just be ready for that phone call.
Right. Now, what position did Dad and Unc play?
My father, he played quarterback and safety in high school. Got to college, played safety, and my uncle played receiver.
Okay. So, being that you're on the opposite side of Dad, you think you could get to him? You think you could get a sack on him?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I tell him that all the time.
Okay.
So, moving into the NFL, they kind of got you listed at 6'2", 260 pounds. Probably one of the shorter, and I know the measurables is a big piece of moving forward. Being probably one of the shorter guys at your position, what kind of things that you feel like you have to prove and work on to be able to show that you can succeed on the next level?
I just got to prove that physically, I mean, I'm right there with I can do everything. I got to prove I'm smarter, or I just make sure they trust that if they put me on the field, I'm in any position, fullback, tight end, DN, like any position, I'll be able to hold my own and do my job. Make them feel comfortable that picking me is the way to go.
Right. So speaking about picking you, I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of a GM, coach, scout. If I take a chance on you, what kind of player am I getting? Who is George Frazier V?
George Frazier is a relentless player. He's a leader naturally. It's just going to play them. You put George Frazier on the field, you will not regret it. He's going to make sure that you're happy with what you paid for.
Absolutely.
Let me ask a little more about you personally, right? So I read somewhere that George Frazier V, in his free time, likes to coach Pee Wee football, 8th grade football, or whatever it is. Tell us about that. How did you get into something like that, and what does it do for you being able to get back to those young men?
I mean, the league that I coached for, I played for. So I was playing. It was me and one of pretty much my whole life until college. We was playing in our junior year of high school. One of the older coaches that he was coaching, we was down there. He was hitting stuff one day like, "Hey, like I'm about to coach this team, or like both of y'all to come help me, yada yada yada." And we both was like, "Yeah, like no doubt about it. Man, we love to go coach." So we just went over there. I coached the linebackers. He was coaching the DBs, and we coached that team to a championship that year.
Nice.
Nice.
So, preparing for pro day, preparing for the draft. Who are you currently training with right now?
Training with TCR, Sports Performance, Performance Edge, and Above the Rest training. 3 different training facilities. One I grew up training. TCR, knew him for a long time. They were close to my uncle, and then I met Above the Rest through TCR. So it's 3 different training facilities. I feel comfortable with all 3 of them, so I just bounce back and forth between all 3.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So you're in California, training, and you kind of grew up in California. What's the spots? Are you the go-to guy with all the guys now out there training that's not from California to kind of find out, hey, where should we go? Where should we kick it? Give us something. Are you that guy? What's the spots?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm that guy because we got a lot of dudes training with us. And so, I mean, my roommate, he's not from California, but I mean, for us, I don't know. We the 2 type of dudes. We can kick it in the crib and play video games all day after the workout. So we don't need to go out. But if I were to come more towards my house, I'd probably take a place to get something to eat, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So rapid fire. One of the most controversial questions we have today, the greatest of all time. We got Mike, LeBron. Who you got?
Gotta go with Mike. Gotta stick with Mike. He the GOAT.
Okay.
All right. I'm sticking with basketball, right? We're coming to the playoffs. It's almost that time. Going into it, give me who you got coming out the East and who you got coming out the West, and give me your champion for this year's NBA.
Coming out the East, I mean, you got to stick with Bron. Cleveland's always playoffs is always dominant. Coming out the West, that's always tougher. It's just a lot of teams in the West is really balling right now. I mean, I'm just going to. I'm gonna say Houston. Okay. Houston gonna come out the West, but I feel like Cleveland gonna get Houston in the final.
Okay. So you mentioned you could just stay home, kick back, and play some video games. Xbox or PS4?
Xbox.
Xbox. Okay.
Xbox. And then my friends would say real gamers play Xbox.
Okay.
So what you playing on box? What's your go-to game? Matter of fact, give me your top 3 that you playing on the box.
Right now, Fortnite, PUBG, and Far
Cry.
Cry is it right now. That's my number 1.
Okay, so game day, transition to music. Game day, give me the top 3 artists or your top 3 songs that get you pumped for the game.
I'm about to say artists. I go Schoolboy Q, Dave East, and Kendrick.
Okay.
You ready? I listen to those on. I getting out mental on you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this, right? Out of the 3, okay, in their prime, keep in mind, in their prime, at the best times of their life, who was the greatest out of all the Mikes? You got Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson.
In their prime, I'm gonna have to say Mike Tyson. That's a man. That's a Mike I wouldn't even want to get him. I feel like them fists coming too hard. They want to mess with those.
Iron Mike.
Mike, that's something serious.
All right. So being that you're versatile, fullback, tight end, defensive end, give me the one guy in the league from both sides of the ball that you look forward to the most of competing with.
Definitely look forward to competing with Aaron Donald. He great player.
Best of the best.
Now I want to compete with Nate Soldier. You know, Nate Soldier, old
Colorado guy. Okay.
Okay.
Buffalo on Buffalo crime.
Yes, sir. Putting in that work. You got to go against the best. If you're gonna be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yes, sir.
So, being that you grew up in California and you end up playing your collegiate ball over in Colorado, 2 total opposite polarized ends as it concerns the weather. If drafted, is there a preference on what team, what weather you would like to play in? Right? I've seen them both. You play both. What is the preference for you, for mom? Said, hey, I'm coming to games if this type of thing. What's the preference?
I mean, I don't care. My family. I just want to play. You give me a go do it. I got and my family. They know it's just a visit anyway, so they're gonna pop up and leave after. All right, I had enough of them. See you later. So.
All right. So going back to music, another debate: the greatest rapper of all time. You got Drake, Jay-Z, Weezy. Who you got? Or if none of those 3, give me who you got.
Out of those 3, I'm gonna go with Jay-Z. But for me personally, harder would mix Kendrick, J. Cole, or Jay-Z.
Lyrics.
All 3. I love lyrics. I mean, when I listen to music, I hear everything you're saying. It's like all artists that really don't be like talking about too much, or all their songs about the same thing. I don't really listen to a lot.
Right.
So like that'll probably be harder. But like right now, if I go all time, it would be Jay-Z. But if I had to go for like right now, it's Kendrick or J. Cole. I don't really know. I'll probably just stick with Kendrick because it's West Coast.
Oh, okay. Home field advantage.
Them 2 just be the top 2 for me.
Okay. So you mentioned West Coast, right? So I got to take away. Give me something moving forward in this whole process. You go to say the East Coast team, Midwest team. Give me something that's West Coast that you say, I'm taking this regardless of where I go, whether it's the way your mom cooked, the music, whatever it is. Something you're just not letting go regardless of where you at.
I mean, both. When my mom cook, I cook like her. My music, I'm gonna listen to the same thing. I'm gonna try new music, but my main playlist gonna be the same. West Coast artists I always listen to. My style, the way I dress, always gonna be West Coast. Everything, I'm West Coast. I can't change that.
Okay, so you mentioned mom's cooking. Now I gotta ask. It's a 2-part question. Tomorrow the world ends. Tell me what you want mom to cook for you, and what you having as your last meal separately.
Last meal separate, I go in and out of those.
Okay.
But my mom to cook, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I probably, since I ain't had it in a while, I haven't made me her chicken enchiladas.
Oof.
That,
Chicken
Mama throwing
enchilada.
down like that. She throwing down like that.
yeah, shit,
Yeah,
it's a lot. That's why I make it all.
I'm gonna have to try those out. Chicken on today. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Shout out to Mom's Cooking. Shout out to Mom's Cooking.
yes, sir.
So you were all academic, back Pac-12, honorable mention. And I see you graduated. Just to throw this out for people, you graduated with concurrent degrees, right? So let's kind of let people know what it is that you graduated with, what you kind of doing with that, and what you want to do in the future, as far as what you're taking up.
So I got an undergrad in ethnic studies and got my master's in education. I wanna open up my own facility, and I took the whole education route because I wanted to also have a hold on what kids need to get to college, what kids need to, get through high school, things like that. And so I just kind of, I feel like knowing the whole background of the policy when it comes to education, what the colleges want, what the high schools doing, and help my future athletes have a better step in life.
All right. That's awesome, bro. So before we wrap things up, we want to give you the floor. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? The floor is all yours, man.
And just shout out to my backbone, my mom, my auntie. They always there for me. I'm a granny's boy. She makes sure I always had a smile on my face, things like that. And shout out to Colorado. Without y'all, I wouldn't be here. Thank you for let's see what happens next.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, give the audience Instagram, Twitter. Where can they follow you?
Follow me, G the Fifth, the G, the THA Fifth, FIFT, both same. Go ahead.
Once again, we want to thank my man George Frazier V, straight from the University of Colorado Buffaloes, the most versatile man on the football field since
Yes,
Bo
sir.
Jackson. You know, once again, this is www.killthatnoise.com. I'm your boy, D. Cameron McMahon. My man Joe's son. We signing out.
Yes, sir.
Nowhere to go there. Cal gave him a pocket. He eventually tried to step up, and George Frazier got him.
Yeah, George Frazier plays fullback, plays tight end, plays defensive end, plays special teams. So 182 plays on offense, 90 plays on defense coming into this game, 60 plays on special teams. This time gets the sack.
Again, they go bubble screen, and boy, was that a hit by big number 5, George Frazier, against Bayless Jones, disengaging the ball.
Drop it off for George Frazier, the tight end, defensive end, with his first catch.
No, he's not. He's a defensive interior lineman. First catch of the year. Why not? The guy's been blocking for the entire season. Got decent hands. Look at the stiff arm. I mean, he basically just implants the defensive back into the ground.